So here we are, Bijou Juju, after a
Long
long
time.
time. But we are finally on the road. We, excuse me,
I mean,
we start.
chips.
We started on this little journey. We're headed back out to the southwest again. We left Michigan on the 30th of December and intended to do a New Year's Eve video, which we didn't do, and then a New Year's Day video, which we didn't do. And the trip so far has been less than phenomenal. We haven't had any problems with Rosie. That's been fine. We are traveling during this big storm that's going across the United States. We figured, well, hey, we'll be below it, so it'll be okay. Well, no, not really. I mean, no snow and ice or any of that, but it has been rainy. Rainy a lot. Rainy like all the time. When it's rain, when it's out, when it's day or night, it's raining.
Dreary and today was foggy and with the rain.
Then, oh yeah, and some of you may notice that I don't have long hair anymore. Well, that's because I got outside in the rain and it shrunk. So it's all gone. So anyway, we today. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, had trouble finding places to stay.
Yes, today was amazing, in that we're in Louisiana, or Louisiana, however you say it, and we picked out a place. We use campsites.net a lot for our free campsites, and about 90% of the time it works out great, and about 10% of the time it sucks dirt. And today was a suck dirt day. We found this place that was a casino, and it said free, you can park in the casino. We said, oh, that's cool, and it was pretty much in New Orleans. Neither one of us have ever been to New Orleans. We thought this would be cool.
It was close to the quarter, right?
Yeah, we might even take a Uber or whatever and go, look around. Well, it was pouring down rain, so we didn't really feel like looking around. However, the coordinates on both our dedicated GPS and our just using like Google Maps led us to a very narrow residential street that
wanted us to turn on a
dead end. Was a dead end street, and there was no casino at the end of it, or anything else.
Looked like a fence.
So we said, okay. Now remember, I said we would take Uber or something if we wanted to see the sights, because I didn't want to drive Rosie around in New Orleans. Well, the first time to find this place, we drove through New Orleans in Rosie. I mean, not the French Quarter or anything, but through the city. It was nice. It was cool to see all the buildings and everything. However, we hit it at rush hour, and so it was.
And it was real foggy
and it was
rainy.
Really foggy and rainy. And we got to the dead end street, and there wasn't one, and so we said, okay. Excuse me, what's the next one? And the next one had us drive right back through New Orleans again. So,
well, sort of in a different road a little bit.
Well, yeah, it was. So I got to drive through New Orleans with Rosie twice, which was not
exciting.
Not on my agenda originally. We got to the second place, which was a Cabela's.
Well, that was after quite a ways.
The sporting goods place. And both Google and our dedicated GPS led us down a street that was, again, residential. And they said, go to the end of the street and turn left. Well, if you turn left, there was a big vacant lot between us and Cabela's, no road, just a vacant lot that was filled with water because it's been raining.
And what did it say it said to drive across the lot?
Yeah, it just said drive across there.
Drive across.
Yeah, just there, go ahead.
So drive across lot.
So we found our way into Cabela's, and of course the first thing we found when we got there is every lamppost in the place says no overnight parking. So I said, okay.
Which we've always heard that we could always camp it, or stay over at Cabela's.
Yeah, well, no, you can't. So we left there, and I forget where we were going. Oh, we were going to go to a Pilot. We're members of Good Sam Club, and of course it gets you discounts on Flying J and Pilot gas and all that stuff. And so generally they have places where you can go, and I said, okay, let's just go to the next place. It's a Pilot gas station, a Pilot travel center. And we
These
said we
also
go there.
are very far away.
And so, yeah, it was...
about an hour or so.
It was, yeah,
which
only
is-
about 75, 76 miles away.
Which
so,
is very dark and rainy and
so by this
foggy
time,
to
yeah,
drive.
it's dark. The sun has gone down, and I might have mentioned that it's raining. And not just a little. Sometimes it was just kind of misty, and other times
Right now I don't hear it.
I felt like I should trade Rosie in for an ark. So anyway, but to get there, instead of just driving down I-10 as we had thought, we went for a scenic tour of Baton Rouge, which was interesting. Had it not been dark and raining,
we might have been able to see
we might
it.
have been able to see something. As it was, I was just trying not to hit anyone or have them hit me. We finally got to the Pilot, and
Which they do zoom around here pretty fast.
and at the Pilot station, it is a travel center, and it was absolutely filled with trucks because I might have mentioned that it's raining, and all the truckers said, hell with this, I'm not driving in this kind of weather, and they pulled off and went to the Pilot Travel Center, and they all parked there.
But are you going to tell them how we got to the travel center?
No, you tell them. Go.
So we drove into the Pilot and realized, and we went over to the side where we thought you could park, and it was fenced off. It was the little tiny casino. So we turned around, and then we went back to the other side to drive back where we saw semis, and that was all fenced off, and you couldn't go there because then it was Arby's,
Something.
some kind of restaurant connected to the Pilot store. So then we had to go back out across this 2-lane busy highway and turn at the next little, was it one more or two more drives in?
One more drive down. Yeah, it was all of about 37 feet from the first one.
Yeah. So, and they couldn't connect them, of course. It would be too convenient. So then we turned down that one, and then we drove into where it said Pilot parking, and there was so many semis there, and there were a few slots that we could have pulled in right between semis. Everyone had a semi. There was a space on each side. There was no open spaces at all for any normal RVs. So we would have had to squeeze in, and they were tight. They were tight.
They were tight.
Very, very tight. So then we saw a Walmart across, I don't know, how did you say it?
Right next door to the Pilot.
But it was...
I said, great, we have to go to Walmart anyway, so we'll go over there and we'll camp the night at Walmart, and in the morning we'll get up and we'll go shopping, and then we'll hit the road again. And of course we checked to see if this Walmart did, and the reviews and stuff about this Walmart said
Yes, no.
does
yes,
not
no.
allow overnight camping.
And police knocking
Then
on your door.
And police knocking on your door. The next one said, yes, campers are fine, trucks no. And then the next one said, no, we got thrown out of there by the police. And then the next one said, no, campers are fine, but trucks are not. And then the next one said, but if you stay here, the police will come knock on your door in 3 a.m.
So we decided to stay here anyways.
So we're going to stay here anyway. In the next video, I'll let you know whether the police knock on our door.
We figured it's too rainy
or,
that the police won't want to get out and go knocking on our door. So
Yeah, it's been just pouring. We figured the police will go, I don't care if they park there all night or not. I'm not getting wet.
besides, it'd be safer to stay here than drive in it. Anyway.
So anyhow, we've got some videos that it's kind of choppy, starting
Not
from
very good.
practically when we left Michigan all the way down to here, or when the sun went down, you couldn't see anything anymore. And I'll try to put it together in some sort of semblance of order, and you can see where we've been. Hopefully the next one will be better, although we still have quite some ways to drive, and the weather report says that it's going to rain for the next day or two. That's I shouldn't complain about the rain, because people like up in Dallas and anything practically north of I-10 is getting hit with ice and snow and all of that. Well, we're not that. We just have rain. So I guess I should count my blessings and quit complaining.
You can come by here, huh?
It's just a boy walking his horse at the Flying J truck stop.
Under the bridge. Here we are. We are going around Louisville. Louisville, however you say it.
Louisville. Or Louisville.
There's Steve. In the dark. Where are we, hon? Besides by
New
those-
Orleans.
Oh, going to New Orleans.
Everybody's coming into New Orleans.
Coming into New Orleans, and it still is very, very foggy. Looks like we're driving up this bridge into nothing without the fog. We are going over a bridge. You can't really see what's underneath us. It's all water, it looks like, with a bunch of trees. Swampland. The bridge kind of looks cool with the fog. Of course, we have a crack in our window.
And the Mobile River.
And there is the Mobile River. Yeah, it's been raining here a lot. It's pretty foggy. We're in the middle of New Orleans. It just goes on forever.
Hi, how are you? We did that, and I hope you saw it, and everything's ducky, and
Talk to you later.
and we'll talk to you later. We'll make a better video one of these days. All right, bye.
Bye.